Namaskar, I'm Harpreet Kaur and I welcome you all to our live and interactive online training on digital footprints. You are watching us live on PM eVidya channels 6 to 12 and also on our YouTube handle NCERT Official. This training program is brought to you by CIET NCERT in collaboration with CyberPeace. Today we are in day 2 of the training session where the topic that we are taking up is the risks of oversharing on social media and role of cyber first responders. We must understand one thing, that in these times, in a bid to impress others, sometimes to gain some kind of satisfaction online, we tend to share things on social media and we go overboard. This is very dangerous, not just for ourselves, but even for our loved ones, because unnecessarily or unintentionally at times, sometimes intentionally as well, we are sharing information without even giving it a thought. Is it safe? Why are we doing that? What is the psychology behind that? Do we need to do that? And what is the role of first responders? So who are first responders? Cyber first responders, first of all, because we know that sometimes in certain emergency situations, medical situations, there are medical first responders who give you much needed support, attention and the treatment that one requires. But what is the meaning of the term cyber first responders? What these people are doing when something goes wrong? So there are a lot of questions in my mind. I'm sure you must be having a lot of questions in your mind as well. So during this training program, we will be getting answers for the same. In case still anything is left, feel free to get in touch with us. You can give us a call, you can message us, or you can write an email to us. Our phone number is 8800440559. We also have a dedicated email ID for you, that is training.helpdesk@ciet.nic.in. It's right there on your screen, and you can send us your questions, suggestions and your feedback on our YouTube handle NCERT Official. So we do have a presence on social media. Sometimes it is necessary, but we need to be wise enough to use it judiciously. And how we can do that? Let's ask this thing from our expert directly. So please join me in welcoming my guest for the session. We have with us Shri Sanjay Kumar Das. Sir is National Cybersecurity Scholar. Sir, namaskar and very warm welcome to the session.
Namaskar.
So we all know that how exciting, engaging, catchy social media is, and we are there for many reasons. Sometimes for educational purposes, sometimes for communication, entertainment, information. Like we all have our own reasons, and then we share things that we should not be sharing at times. So we are putting ourselves at risk. Also, when you get trolled for sharing certain things, it affects your sanity as well. So emotionally, mentally, physically, you are at risk all the time. Needless to say that our screen time is increasing at an alarming rate. So please tell us, sir, it's a very important topic that you are taking up today on day 2 of the training program. I request you to kindly tell us, first of all, what all we will be discussing in the session today.
We are discussing mainly about how to utilize the social media for our benefit, for our own benefit, for the benefit of the entire society.
Right.
So we are discussing on the issue of privacy over social media. We are going to discuss about what are the controls we should put in place. And we are discussing about the roles we should adopt if there is any problem that we come across regarding unwanted sharing of data. We are discussing how we could actually help our colleagues, our friends, our family members, and the larger society while we collectively face the menace that is called cyberbullying and other cyber crimes. So we are discussing a broad spectrum topic that is called being responsible over social media.
Absolutely, sir. We need to be responsible digital citizens, and we should learn how to be cyber first responders in case something goes wrong. We're looking forward to this session, and whatever questions we will be receiving from our audiences, we will take them up in the end. Now, I request you to kindly go ahead with your presentation uninterrupted. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much. Once again, thank you very much for welcoming me on this platform. So, first of all, we need to first understand whether it is necessary at all to remain on social media. The answer is yes, absolutely. You cannot deny the existence of social media. You cannot deny the power of the social media. The social media in itself, a vast field where we must come and actually present our skill, our knowledge, our efforts, our trials, our tribulations. We need to do that because we are a part of the larger society. Earlier, society used to be only a physical society. But with the advent of internet, that is the interconnected network connecting millions and billions of digital devices, we are in the interconnected world that is called World Wide Web. Very recently, as things are happening across the globe, where many countries are fighting amongst themselves, suddenly I started thinking the full form of WWW. The full form of WWW is what? World Wide Web. Can it be called World Wide War? Can we actually utilize or misutilize this World Wide Web to create World Wide War? Yes, we can. Let us think about the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine. When it started 4 years back, you can't believe that the day when Russia attacked the Ukraine, Russia had started actually attacking Ukraine over the digital, domain far before from that day. Because it is very normal. Every country, every institution who is at loggerheads with another country, another institution, they are also fighting over this topic. It is a reality. You cannot deny that. And we cannot deny. So this is a place where we are also fighting. Besides fighting, we are also sharing, we are caring, and we are doing a lot of things. And that's why millions and millions of people are getting employment over this platform. So that is the power of social media. Just imagine how many influencers are there over these social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, presently X, then YouTube, Instagram and all. Imagine when a very famous footballer actually kept aside a bottle of Coke, immediately the price of that specific company, the share price of that specific company started coming down. Why? Because I am influenced by that great footballer, and when that great footballer kept aside that very brand, I have started not utilizing that brand. When that very footballer is showing that he is wearing some specific shoes, I go straight to the shop and start buying that shoe. So this is the great effect of these influencers. This is how many people are also getting employment because they are either becoming influencers or they are getting benefit out of that influencers activities because they are trading, they are creating facilities, they are providing services and all. So my dear friends, social media platform is a necessity. It is not a menace. We must not allow it to act as a menace. Let us discuss on this. The risk of oversharing on social media. Yes, sharing is caring. We have to share. We have to remain connected. Then only I can help you, you can help me. But oversharing really brings a lot of problems. Let me go to the first slide of mine. What is oversharing? Oversharing of personal information. That means, remember, there is this principle called data privacy triad. What is data privacy triad? The data privacy triad is we will share that much of information which is required. Like someone asks me to apply for a bank loan, and I am filling up a form, and there I am writing my date of birth, also writing as on today, what is my age? What is the necessity? If someone knows my date of birth, one can easily calculate my age as on date. That means that additional information is a redundant information. So we must not actually share that, or no one must take that from me. There are hundreds and thousands of redundant information that we share or that are being taken from us. We must not allow that thing to happen. It is called oversharing. And anything that is overshared is not, kept secure, because that is not required. So people often tend to keep them at hand, at large. There are no controls. Like when I'm going into attending some program, before that I have taken a ticket, but before entering, someone is asking my name and phone number to be written on the paper. Why? I have already the ticket. I don't require to put it there. So I can just say, no, there's no need. I have taken a ticket and this ticket will allow me to go. But often we share that. It is called oversharing. As soon as we overshare, they are being misutilized and we start getting prank calls and different calls. So it is the outcome of our oversharing. So we must not overshare, number one. Number two, just imagine this weekend I'll go to a seashore very near to us, sea beach. So what I do on Saturday morning, I take a picture of me and my wife and my pet, and I say that I am off to the sea beach. Immediately, everybody knows who is my wife. I have a pet. These are personal details. And from my wife's face, someone will search and find out my wife's name. So he immediately knows my name. He knows my wife's name. And even if I add my pet's name too, that is also known. And everybody starts knowing those things. There is no need. And not only that, by saying that I am off to the sea beach, that means I am actually inviting the thieves to come and, do something bad at my home, because it is vacant. Just imagine. This is called sharing personal sharing details. Either they are relationship details or they are sensitive information. Actually, information is categorized into two basic categories with regards to privacy. One is called personally identifiable information, just like my phone number, my email ID. By calling me in that, using that phone number, you will reach me, or by sending an email through that email ID, you will reach me. So it is personally identifiable information. Another thing is sensitive personally identifiable information. What type of drugs that I take every day to keep my blood pressure at a normal level. That is called sensitive personally identifiable information. We often tend to actually share all these intimate details, all these sensitive details, all these personal details over social media, over casual transaction. We must not do that. Daily routine update. Continuously I am saying good morning, good night, I am at this thing, today I am going to that place, tomorrow I will be off to that, I am using this vehicle, I am using that flight. All these are regular updates. We often tend to do that. We must not do that. This is also oversharing. Payment digital, permanent digital trade. We are following the same style. We must not do that. So these things are very, very important, and we must not share all these things, and these are nothing but oversharing. Coming to why do people overshare? I have already told you, but let us find out what happens if we overshare. 95% of share to entertain or bring value to others. That is the reason that we share. We think that we are entertaining others, or we are getting entertained by sharing. 78% want to grow and nourish relationships. By telling this thing, I want to create set up a relationship, establish a relationship with somebody. Psychological drivers, brain reward centers activate which each share. As I'm sharing and somebody is liking, so I'm feeling good. It is a feeling of missing out, a fear of missing out, FOMA, fear of missing out. I'm fearing that I might miss out by not sharing and not getting, a thank you, or great, or like, or share, or, against each share. Anxiety and insecurities fuel oversharing behaviors. And as we start oversharing, it leads to much, much more oversharing. So the scale of sharing today, just imagine what happens. 55 million Facebook updates, status updates shared daily worldwide. 60 million Instagram photos, images posted every single day. Can you imagine? On each of these social platforms, what is their, actual source of revenue? As soon as I share a photo on a social media, and that photo is actually getting synced with thousands and thousands of other platforms, because they pay this very platform where I put up my photo. So by sharing with the other platforms, they earn revenue. And I already consented that through the fine printed consent details, which I have never read. I have click wrap contract I signed. That means I said I click OK. And the entire fine printed contract details are wrapped into, and it becomes a contract, a binding contract upon me. As I'm using it free, so I am the product. Remember one thing, when it is free, you are the product. So as I'm using free email, I'm the product. As I'm using free platforms, social media platforms, I am the product. As soon as I start using something free, my data are going to get parsed, analyzed, I am going to be profiled. What is my name? Who are my, acquaintances? Who are my family members? What do I do? Where do I stay? Which place do I visit regularly? All these data are known. I often casually ask people when they come to me or asking for a domicile certificate, I say, what is the need of a domicile certificate when we actually allow my location with, I share my location with all these platforms. You can go and ask Google, because Google is continuously knowing where I am going. So Google knows for the last 6 months or 1 year where I am staying. So Google is the best person to actually give my domicile certificate. So what is the need of actually getting the certificate? I often ask, casually, or it is a fun, you can say, sarcastically, to be precise. So privacy compromised location sharing details. I have just geotagging dangers. I am tagging my, I am often sharing my location with my friends real time, so that if I am not found, if I am not online, all my acquaintances or friends can find out where did I last be. Once upon a time, when there was no mobile phone, and we used to actually write letters, and often we used to go far away for work, and we didn't get enough time for writing letters, and or even if we used to write, we didn't have the time to go and post it in a post box in a post office. So my father used to tell me, no news is good news. That means as there is no bad news coming to my way, I would think that my son is okay. But today that is not so. I want update of my sons, daughters, friends, real-time location every moment. Otherwise something bad could happen. Yes, it happens, but rarely. Rarely it happens. We should not be actually put ourselves to that much of anxiety. So real geotagging actually leads to anxiety. Tracking your movements, disable. So what should we do? We should actually share our location with those persons against specific need. Otherwise, we must disable our location features. And we often tend to actually put our home on the entire global map. I don't know whether you have seen that most of us have actually tagged our home by typing home, my name and all, on the available free map. And that's why somebody just will Google it or search it and find out my map, my total address, absolute address. You can say that what is the wrong in sharing address? Yes, but you have the right to share with whom you are going to share. It might not be for everybody. So personal info is a hacker's gold mine. When we share over social media, what happens? We often tend to actually create passwords with our own date of birth, our children's date of birth, with our spouse's date of birth, with our lover's date of birth, partner's date of birth, and all these things. And all these date of births are already known to the social media, through social media, crores of other people, digital people, netizens, because we have said happy birthday to that person over social media. So when we create password with these birthdays, we are putting our own platform with existence over that very platform under risk, because I could be easily profiled. Identity theft gateway. Cyber criminals exploit these shared details for phishing scams. Why? Because I have been actually staking a specific Puma shoe for my leg, or for myself, because I have a specific condition on my legs and which would require a good shoe. And that shoe is very costly, so I have been staking over the last few months, and Google and all other search engines, through search engines, in number of other platforms, they know. Why? Because I have been searching them regularly on e-commerce site, on search engine sites, and I have been profiled. So just on the eve of Diwali, somebody is actually, because they have created a beautiful e-commerce website just similar to the ones that I often use, and sent a link to that stating that that very Puma will be offered to me at 999 for the next 1 hour. And without thinking left, right, or center, without thinking that this Puma would be costing me, it is less than 1/10 of the original price, we've actually fall into this trap. And this is how phishing scams happen. Not only that, we often share our official information using our personal email IDs. And you remember that this has actually cost one of the contenders of United States elections in one of the last elections, her presidentship, because she used to share all this data over her free personal account. And as it is free, I told you, you are the product. So it has been parsed. She was questioned. She accepted that yes, I used my personal email ID for our government, or this national interest issues that I've shared, and it actually led to her fall. Not only that, these very share will also lead to cyberbullying, because I have been profiled, so I could be bullied. I have, I have a soft corner for anybody who suffers a lot. Say, any child who suffers, I have a soft corner for them. As I have been actually searching such type of websites, giving money to those websites, to those causes, I have been actually profiled. So now I have been put into a trap and started getting bullying, and I have been bullying amongst my friends. I have been shown to be a very soft-hearted person, and I have been bullied by my friends. Let me tell you, I hope you all have heard of metaverse. Few years back, in Noida, in near Delhi, on a Sunday morning, when father, mother, and their class 8 son were having breakfast, suddenly father of this son's bosom friend, he came rushing into that home and started behaving very badly, arguing with his parents, and ultimately it was found out that day before, this son, who was actually having breakfast with his parents, he had collected a specific bullet over a metaverse game, and his avatar on that metaverse platform killed the avatar of his bosom friends. So he killed, his avatar killed the avatar of his bosom friend, and with such a bullet which would not allow the other avatar to once again, come alive before 72 hours. So that bosom friend is unable to play that game for the next 3 days, and he started throwing tantrums. He forced his father to come and confront the parents of his bosom friend why his avatar had done that thing. His avatar. Just imagine. It is not the first, and it will not be the last. So metaverse is very necessary. Why? Because I am unable to remain present in one of my interviews. So I can actually tell my interviewer that I have created my avatar, and my avatar will actually talk to you as per your requirement, because I am busy in some other work and I can't attend that interview. I have created my avatar, and my avatar will talk to you or your avatar, because I take responsibility of the answers to be given by my avatar. So that is the benefit of metaverse, but that is the other side of metaverse. Cyberbullying, cyber stalking, reputation damage, they are a galore. They're happening left, right, or center. I'm getting stalked because I'm profiled. I'm getting stalked because I always go to the same place at same time and put that thing on my social media. My reputation is getting damaged because I have shown my soft corners, and they have used that thing against me. So what to do? How to fight with this? But before that, think about how identities is getting theft. They're getting stolen. Data collection. Thieves combine shared details, I have been telling you, and from the multiple posts and platforms, and collate them together. Then they start impersonating. How? By creating the profile, they start impersonating. Criminals use this gathered information into some form or some new information, assuming your identity, convincing, because they have a lot of things to validate and prove. So when you actually do, wow, very simple. They took a screenshot of my DP and create a new identity over some popular sites like Facebook, Instagram, or WhatsApp, or X, and then start asking people for money, or creating bad jokes, or cutting bad jokes, and absolutely damaging your reputation. Fraudulent activities. By seeking money from others, I'm very sorry, I have put into some very great trouble. I can't talk to you. Just send me 9,000 rupees. And once you send 9,000 rupees, your 90,000 from your bank account is wiped out. Financial devastation. These fraudulent activities often lead to financial devastation. How to avoid oversharing? Make profiles private. Absolutely. Why not? In Facebook, there are all these menus. Go into the menu, find out how they are to be done. If you need assistance, CyberPeace Foundation, all of us, we can help you around. There are many cyber champions. You could become one of the cyber champions, and you could help others too. And in order to learn, there are multiple free sessions available. You can go into popular sites like YouTube, Vimeo, and find out how to make my Facebook profile private, my Instagram profile private, blah, blah, blah. So how to do that? It's very simple. So make your profile private. Do not allow your friends, a list of friends, to be shown and presented to the world. Think before posting. Before posting, think, is it really required for you to post? Or you can digest and get along. That means you may ask me, so you are asking me not to post. Yes, absolutely post. Definitely you can post. But think before you post. We often say think before you click. Because before you click, a lot of decisions have to be taken. But once you click, there is no decision other than going down if there something goes wrong. Curate your content. Maximum platforms are allowing right now the facility to edit. That's a great thing. So please curate. If you find out at a later point of time that whatever you have written or posted are not conducive with the existing principles, they don't go with your persona. So please curate them, edit them, update security regularly. There are multiple security, this multiple security threats that visit every platform every time. So as you are also finding out how Dhurandhar is performing and whether Dhurandhar will cross 1,000 crore mark in the box office, also try to find out how many, threats are there looming over Facebook profiles, and is there anything very serious that you should give yourself some thought to. So these are also things which you can search and find out. So it is not only somebody will come and take care of your security, it is you who should take care of your security. Remember, you can just put put all your locks on the main door of your house. But if you do not also take care of the periphery of your house, so those unwanted people can come and start staying just outside your main door. So not only you should secure your main door, you should find out the periphery is secured or not. That is called peripheral security. Inside, it is personnel security, human beings and living beings. So they are called personnel security. Then the door is properly kept is firewall. There is either digital firewall or physical firewall. If it is a program-based, application-based, it is a digital firewall along with physical firewall. So anybody coming on going through that firewall has to answer many questions, and they are going to identify, authenticate, and validate. Identify matlab, who are you? My name is Sanjay Kumar Das. What proof do you have? Yes, this is my Aadhaar card. So identifying myself, Sanjay Kumar Das, showing my Aadhaar card is validation, authentication, and third party. Is there anybody who can vouch that you are Sanjay Kumar Das and also known to me? So who are you? I am Sanjay Kumar Das. It is identification. Identify yourself. Authenticate yourself by showing some documents. Yes, this is my Aadhaar card. So I am authenticating myself. And validate through a third party whom I believe and know. The owner of the house says. And I say, yes, your son goes to that, school or that office. His friend or colleague there, he knows me. Find it out from me. Yes. So the third party validation. So identification, authentication, and validation. So these are very much important. So are you taking care of your platform security? Are you taking care of your own presence over that platform by using two-factor authentication, multi-factor authentication, and putting lots and lots of additional security measures so that you can update, your security is taken care of. Final thoughts. Share in such a manner that you stay safe. Definitely share. You must share. Once again, I am telling you, without sharing, you cannot care. So share smartly. But as you share smartly, you would definitely remain or stay safe over the internet domain or the digital domain. How? Because you want to connect with others. So there is always a risk in that connection. Think about the risk. Go for connection. Control over your share. Whatever you share responsibly. That means, is it required to share? If I have shared, so is that document or information, whatever I'm sharing, is that secured with the person with whom I'm sharing? If it is not, do I have the authority to take it back or make them that thing erased? If you ask this question and if the answers satisfy your own approach towards security. Yes, I may be safe by sharing this. Then you will remain definitely safe. And that's why, remember, on 2023, on 11th of August, Government of India brought out the Digital Personal Data Protection Act. It has emboldened us. It has empowered us. And last November, they have brought out the rules. They have rolled out the rules. And this data principle triad has actually enabled us to take care of or take care of our privacy. Why? What is that? First, share smartly. That means need to know whether I really need to know something. If it is so, I will ask and seek and allow that thing to be shared, or need to know by the person to whom I am sharing. So question, great question, need to know whether that person needs to know or whether I need to know. If the answer is yes, we do have the need to know. Then need to retain. How much would we retain? What amount would we retain? And lastly, need to archive. If we really need to keep it for long, for posterity's sake, what controls are we taking? So if we ask these questions, and if the answer is yes, definitely, we must share. And that will lead to smart share and staying safe. Friends, I will going to actually talk about the role of cyber first responder. Cyber first responder is the responsibility of anybody who is actually onboarding oneself into this program. So that person is getting properly guided, trained, and continuously supported to respond to any cyber crisis in his own life, in his own family, among the acquaintance of that person, and in the vicinity and the society at large. So what are we doing here through that? After logging into and actually registering as a cyber cop, cyber responder under CyberPeace Corps, so we have a crowdsourcing type of support system being offered, and there is the good quality training available for all of you. Then you create a great amount of network, the CyberPeace clubs on specific activity that will lead to you taking cybersecurity as a career choice also, and take part in competitions and continuously hone your skill. So what is a cyber first responder? It is a trained community of champions, cyber champions, and you could be one. All of you could be one. The first line of defense before anything happens, that cyber responder in your community or vicinity can attend to that before even the law enforcement agency is attended or is allowed to come into the picture, because this cyber champion will help that person in identify the type of the kind, category of the kind, and help them lodge a proper complaint letter. Key responsibilities are detection and identification. Yes, is it a cyber crime or a cyber threat? If it is a cyber crime, how to manage it? If it is a threat, how to preempt it? That is the key responsibility or key responsibilities of any cyber crime champion or cyber cop. So key responsibilities in response and support. I have already spoken how to do that. If it is there is a crime, so crime has to be attended to by lodging a proper complaint, collecting evidences, safekeeping of the evidences, and produce at the time of investigation and later before the court, so that the wrongdoing could be attended to. And the support, if it is not, if there is a threat, how to minimize that threat, contain that threat, and keep the entire infrastructure safe and secure. Last but not the least, awareness and education. By coming into a whole community, we can actually generate a lot of awareness, and that awareness will go into creating knowledge. My dear friends, the society has a role to play together, that is generating awareness. But it is the responsibility of the professionals to bring knowledge into that society. So CyberPeace Foundation, NCERT, they are qualified authorities. They will bring knowledge. but it is our collective responsibility to, actually make others aware. I hope with that you will be definitely ready to be a part of this mission. Thank you very much. I'm open for any questions.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing this wonderful presentation with all of us. You have shared certain tips and tricks. If we follow them thoroughly, nicely, we can keep ourselves safe and we can keep ourselves away from the risk of oversharing on social media as well. It's very tempting, but we have to draw a boundary line somewhere. So we have got a question from one of the viewers. He is asking that is there any kind of locking system or locking mechanism where we can share our stuff with limited number of people on social media?
Yes, it depends upon the platform, what type of platforms one is using. First of all, one thing one must use, and it might appear to be cliche when I say that, when it is free, we are the product. When it is free, you are the product. So when I am using any application free of cost, so I am allowing myself to be profiled. So if we actually take enterprise version or pro version or paid version, there are many such options available where we can restrict our exposure. So we need to understand what type of data we should share. If we are really required to share those data, whom to share, and that choice can only be available when that application is bought, because they should be given revenue to actually provide us with this service. So without giving them money, we cannot force them to give us controls.
Absolutely. So there's another question, and the person is asking, how can schools engage parents in educating their kids about oversharing risks on social media?
Absolutely. If I will just tell you one thing, that earlier we used to read, now machines are reading. Similarly, if parents become very responsible netizens, their children are bound to be. So it comes through the entire lineage. So if their parents, they don't share intimate details, their personal details, sensitive details, if they don't overshare, immediately the kids will learn from their guardians. So I am sure that our colleagues, our fellow netizens, they are getting aware every day, and they are becoming very responsible citizens, netizens, with the passage of time, and with them changing themselves, making them into responsible netizens, our new generation will definitely learn from them. It runs in the family. So as charity begins at home, similarly, cyber hygiene begins at home.
So you also shared in the beginning, sharing is caring, but we don't have to show this care on social media. You agree with that. So now that I want to be a responsible netizen, but I have overshared so much on social media, how can I undo this damage? So are there any steps that I can take if I have overshared on social media?
Absolutely. Okay. I would just casually make a remark. Don't take it very seriously. But just like this session, I conducted a session last year in one of the largest colleges in our city. And post that, after 7-10 days, the principal called me with panic in his voice, and he said, "What did you do, sir? All these students are, sending me emails that I have the right of eraser. Please erase my personal details from your account." So that is how DPDP Act, Digital Personal Data Protection Act, has empowered us to seek erasure from wherever we have shared. So find them out, start sending them emails. It might appear initially that is not happening, but it will happen because the Act has given us that authority. My data, my right.
Now, so you're talking about some lecture that you've given somewhere. I have a related question, and the person is asking, should schools include digital footprint management and cyber risk in the syllabus, because they are also using the information, and should they be teaching the same as well?
Yes, this is where NCERT has already done, and we are into that. So you cannot expect in the 140-45 crore people's country, this thing to happen overnight. It's a continuous process, and it is not only the responsibility of the school or the government at large. It is the collective responsibility. Whenever I say that I am an educated person, it means that I am educated in all fronts. Absolutely. It is not a particular front that I am talking to. It is all fronts that I am addressing to. So when I say that I am an educated person, that means I am also educated on how to behave responsibly over digital domain, because it is not my physical entity that matters right now. Equally, my digital entity does also matter.
So of course we all need to become responsible netizens, digital citizens, and certainly we need to follow certain I would say steps in order to do that. So I want to ask you, what are the key lessons that educators should be providing to people out there so that they can focus on building a responsible digital citizenship? What educators should be telling us?
Ma'am, how did we fight with COVID? We fought with COVID by following health hygiene. Similarly, in order to remain or become and remain responsible netizen, we have to follow cyber hygiene. What is that? Understanding how much should we expose ourselves over the internet, number one. What is the outcome by exposure, number two. What data are sensitive to me, which I am bound to share, number three. If I am sharing with someone or some application, what controls are they taking? Remember, ma'am, we are the most powerful nation on the earth because we are the most populous nation on the earth. So here, data is the most powerful tool. If all of Indian citizens, they stand up, as Swami Vivekananda said, arise and awake, and nobody will touch you. Yes, ma'am. If we stand up together and we say our data, our right, and if you use our data, it will be on my condition, on collective condition, that you cannot share, utilize, or process my data without my specific and explicit consent, ma'am, then only we will become not only a responsible citizen, but the most powerful country in the world, and everybody will salute us.
Absolutely, sir. We are not just a country with such a huge population, but we are also a very young nation, and it's a responsibility of our youth and everybody who has their presence in social media or any online platform for that matter to use it responsibility. And you rightly mentioned charity begins at home, and I think this should be our one of the New Year resolutions. So even if somebody has not taken a New Year resolution as yet, they can take up this one, that we should not become a victim of any cyber fraud, cyber threat, and we should not be into any kind of greed, the discounts that they are offering us, and I think this is something that we all need to learn.
Ma'am, we should resolve on this new year that my data, my right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You're the owner of this data. It's your asset, so you must protect it. Thank you so much, sir, for, I would say, not oversharing, but sharing all this important, useful content. Thank you so much for your time and presence. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.
So, my dear viewers, that was our day 2 online training session under the umbrella theme of digital footprints, where we talked about the risk of oversharing on social media, and we also learned who are first cyber responders and how they are acting and what is their importance in our lives, and we should also strive to become one. Well, with this, I'm wrapping up day 2 session, but finally, before I conclude, let me tell you about the assessment part, which will take place on the 5th day of this 5-day, 5-hour online training program. So for that, you need to go to our website. It's right there on your screen. So ciet.ncert.gov.in is a website. Go to the activities section, opt for workshop and training option, scroll down a bit, and you will find this current activity happening, which is digital footprint. You can read all about it, who all can participate, what are the objectives of the training. We all should be participating rather. And in case you're missing out on our live sessions, you can watch the uploaded ones here. And these are the guidelines. I'm sure by now you all have registered. Second is you're watching all the sessions very carefully, and the third step is to take part in the assessment, which will get open on the last day of the training session. That's on Friday, this Friday. and it will stay open till 15th of March 2026. If you score more than 70% in the assessment, well, these are going to be some objective type questions. If you score more than 70% in that, you'll be granted a certificate that you can download from DIKSHA portal. And once the session gets over, the training gets over, you can share your feedback with us by scanning this QR code or clicking on the link. Otherwise, you can always write to us on training.helpdesk@ciet.nic.in and give us a call also. With this, it's a wrap, and up next for you is the session Sahyog, and here is the program schedule for the same. So these programs you have been watching since morning. In a short while from now, you can watch a session Sahyog. Please participate in that. And this is me, Harpreet Kaur, signing off. Take care. Namaskar.